My kingdom has been taken from me. At first we held our ground, but the mainland betrayed us. The Empire turned their backs on us. To face the darkness that has come, and the death it brings is all that's left. My father is gone, and all I can do is stay alive to protect my mother and my sister. Smolderun has returned, bringing the fury of Nirn's underbelly and poisonous decay, to corrupt unwary minds and slow death to any who stand in its way. I go now to face my final curtain, to make my last stand.
Hello, Will here, and today we are in Skyrim, and we are going to be going through a big un, which will be a big un. So, you know, we may be here for a little while. Now, this is not the first time I tried to capture this, so there are some things that are in this mod which I've already got, because I got them earlier. And then the original footage I caught didn't work. I couldn't edit it because the thing I was trying to edit on didn't work. So now I'm going back to the way that I used to do it, and a whole load of complicated bullcrap basically was going on. So there's some, you know, Edyn. So there's, you know, there's a couple of things that aren't where they are supposed to be, but I'll point out what they are and what was supposed to be there. So we are going to be going through the Garden of Edyn. Now, file size 65.5 megabytes or something like that. Yeah, it's a bit of a big, especially for a PS4. It's a bit of a big one. And I just want to address a couple of things first. It does say in the description, but I'll also address it here as well. So, you will notice texture popping. What that basically is that things in the distance, like you know, like cliff sides like this, trees, general landscape, may not be there 1 second, and then it will fade in. Now that is because of LOD. Now what LOD is, if you don't know what LOD is, you see the trees in the far distance over there, the low poly trees. Those low poly trees are created by LOD, or level of detail. Now, as far as I'm aware, you cannot have generated LOD files for world spaces put into a PS4 mod, because those files get classed as an external asset, and as some people know, PS4 mods can't have an external asset because Sony are assholes. And there is also a small little issue with the weather on the Garden of Edyn, where it's there when you first get in, and then you'll go into a place, and then you'll come back out into the garden, and the weather will disappear. Again, why that is, I literally have no idea. I've tried many different ways to try and fix it, and it just doesn't do it. I don't know if it's load order, if it's LOD, if it's something else that I'm not aware of. But again, if you know what the issue with that is, let me know in the comments below, so I can fix it and update the mod with that fix. But lucky enough, these little issues, these graphical issues, they don't break the mod, they don't crash your game or anything like that. They're just little graphical things that unfortunately, as far as I'm aware, there's very little I can do about. But you can still play the mod, you can still go everywhere you need to go and all this and all that. So hopefully that's not going to be too much of a big problem. But enough of me rambling on about technical mechanical bullshit, I will jump straight into the mod. So, how do you get to the Garden of Edyn? So, to get to the Garden of Edyn, what you want to do, come to the Solitude Docks, come down to the East Empire Company Warehouse, or just be like a normal person, look at your map, and you're looking for this icon, Autumn Isle Trade Boat. Now, the icon itself will already be on your map when you first download the mod. You won't be able to fast travel to it straight away, but it will be on your map. You know, it'll look like this. It'll be like the black and this kind of icon where it's the black and the white line and white outlining. So you'll know where it is. You just won't be able to fast travel there. But you make your way there, and you're looking for this little boat. Just this little tiny boat here. And that's the boat you use to get to the Garden of Eden. But just before we go there, now I'm not going to go all the way there because I really can't be bothered to run all the way to Solitude because I'm a lazy asshole. But in Castle Dow, where you'll find General Tullius and Legate Ricker, I think her name is. If you look in there, you look on the table in the room that they're normally in, there will be a letter. That is part of this mod. That's a bit of like a lore thing, a story thing. Not the main story, but something that sort of is tied to the story and how things were on the islands and this, that and the other and la 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 la. It's just a little bit of fleshing out of the mod. And if you come, and also if you come to here, basically where the trade boat is, you'll find this little letter here, discussing new trade routes. So again, I'm not going to spend ages reading it, but you can see it's a little letter, and as the title of it suggests, it's basically, it's just the person who's in charge of the East Empire Company docks, Vittorio Vici, has gotten a letter from someone from the Winter Isles called Talvi. It's all about basically discussing new trade routes because of the rebel attacks and how boats out there are getting attacked and this and the other, so they want to discuss new trade routes. You know, it's just something for, actually I'm gonna take that, yoink. It's just something to basically, you know, just flesh out the mod a little tiny bit. Right, so let's go and have a look at the Garden of Eden, which all you gotta do is just come up to the I don't know what you call this. Is it a keel? Or is the keel something on the back of the boat? My knowledge of boats is quite limited. So I don't know. It might be a keel, but basically the steering wheel. And here we are. On to the garden we go. Now, followers, I will explain this now as well. Followers can follow you to the Garden of Eden. And follow you around Garden of Eden and go into some of the locations that are on the that are actually on the garden, but they can't follow you to the second island. Reasons for that is because due to this mod getting, the file size was starting to get quite big for a PS4 mod anyway. I didn't want to nav mesh the second island because the second island is quite a fair bit bigger than than the Garden Island, and so that would add on quite a lot of memory to the file size. Now, so you yourself, the player, can still go to the second island and you'll be absolutely fine. It's just that your followers won't follow you there. But I have decided to basically give a reason as to why you, in story-wise, you're the only one that goes to that island, and it's on this little note here. So I'm actually going to just read this note, because why the hell not? I gotta do some reading in this episode. I normally tend to read something in, you know, every episode I bloody do. So we're going to read this. You know, this is the one thing I will read. If anyone needs to travel to the Winter Isle, then please travel alone for the time being. The boat still floats and can still sail, but there are small amounts of damage to the hull. And if the boat carries too much weight, then the boat may not be able to make the journey to the Winter Isle. Some dock workers and carpenters should be coming over from the Winter Isle in the coming weeks to make repairs. P.S. Varen, if you want to travel to the Winter Isle to see your brother or spend some time with your father, then please let me know first so I can send a carrier hawk over to Tolby so he can send a boat to come and pick you up. Edyn. So, right, so this boat was a bit damaged. It's still sailable, it's just a bit damaged. How it's still sailable with a bit of damage to the hull? Don't ask me. game logic. And obviously, yeah, people might be like, well, why don't they just use this boat over here instead to get there? Well, it was to simplify my life. So this is to get you back to the mainland. This gets you to Winter Isle. It's just to simplify my life, and because I'm a lazy bastard. Right. So when you get here, you will discover the autumn dock. But as you can see, I already discovered it, as I said earlier. So when you come onto the island, you know you'll see that there's some some alchemical like flowers and stuff, like, you know, some nightshade and some dragon tongue. I think there's some like thistles and stuff like that you can just pick. You know, they're ready for the picking. But now, if you come here, as you can see, we have a horse. Oh, hello, horse. So this horse is called Paradisum. Hello, Paradisum. As you can see, he's appears to be made out of snowy ice. Now, this is a player horse, so this is one that you can actually keep. You will bump into wild versions of Paradisum on the Winter Isle, but they are called Snowhast, which, into the lore for this mod, that's actually the name of the breed of the horse. The name of the breed of the horse is Snowhast, whereas this individual is called Paradisum. But the good thing about Paradisum is that technically Paradisum does come with its own spell, which you can learn. I don't know if I've actually learnt it or if I've just got the book. Excuse me, I have about 1,000 books. So bloody many. Maybe I already learnt it. Let's just have a quick look. So go to Conjuration. Did I learn it already, or did I leave the book where it was? Nope. I think the book is actually still in the house. Maybe I didn't get that far just yet. But alright. But you will learn a spell that allows you to conjure him wherever you are. Doesn't matter where you are, whether you're on the mainland, on Solstheim, in the Soul Cairn, inside a cave, inside a building. Doesn't matter. You can call him to you. You can't do much to help you fight, but you can call him to you. Which probably doesn't have him very tight confined spaces. But, oh well. So we got the Autumn Manor. Yeah. This will appear on the map. Now, on the map you will get like these as well. This doesn't have its own individual map. Again, limitations. Because Sony sucks. But you will get like, obviously these markers. And there's a few others around the island as well, which you'll find. So this helps you sort of like navigate a little bit. And the garden has fast travel capability. The Winter Isle does not have fast travel capability due to the reason of no nav mesh. So I just want to fill that little detail in with you. But as you can see with the Autumn Manor, you know, you got your blacksmith forge, you got your workbench, you got your grindstone, you got a smelter, and a tanning rack. So you got all your smithing needs. And in my case, I've got all the doggy needs as well. Hello, Miko. So let's go and have a little look in the Autumn Manor. There's no key required, nothing like that. You know, it's all just free for the taking. And here we are, inside the manor. Now, obviously, again, you know, since obviously the followers can follow you to the island, they can follow you inside the house. But as you can see, inside here, we have a second doggy who's being a naughty little boy and sitting on the table and is knocked over the wine. How dare you, Nix? How dare you? Now, Nix is obviously a husky from the Dawn Guard DLC. So, in theory, he should technically work in the same kind of way. He should be able to follow you, this, that, and the other. But if I talk to him, I get this option, but as you can see in the dialogue options, there's nothing about hunting vampires. So, basically, I don't think you can actually request him to follow you, because I haven't set him up to the way that he should be set up, because trying to create a dog follower can be a little bit tricky with some of the scripting, and scripting is something that I'm not amazing at. So, you know, I've just left it. But if you would like to be able to get this option, which I've got in my dialogue options, what you'll need to do is you will need to download a mod called Relocate Mpc. I will leave a link in the description to that mod if you want to download it yourself, if you haven't already. And basically what it does, just give you a quick explanation, what it does is certain follow, it will allow you to pretty much speak to none of any NPC, I think. I don't know if it's every NPC, it might just be most. And you can actually ask them if, you know, if they want to follow you or basically move in with you and stuff like that. And what it's actually good for is actually good for being able to move in if you have a spouse or any adopted children in your game. Relocate Mpc will allow you to move them into a modded player home like this, because normally modded player homes don't have the ability to be for sending people back to, because it's all stuff to do with scripting and how it all works, so it's a pain in the ass. Relocate Mpc makes that a lot easier. But once again, I will leave a link in the description to that mod for you to basically download for yourself if you haven't, because I definitely recommend downloading it. It's a good recommendation. But enough about that, and back onto here. So here we have Truths and Myths, a bestiary of the Seasonal Isles. Now I'm not going to read this book. It's a bit of a longish one. I'm going to take it, you know. But it's like, you know, Truths and Myths, a bestiary of the Seasonal Isles by Suma, King of the Summer Realm. So there we go. We found the Summer King. So we have 4 names now: Talvi, Varen, Edyn, and Suma. Now, I'm not going to read that book. I'm going to leave that for you to read, but I'm going to collect it anyway. So, you know, if you go in here, you've got your kitchen, you know, you got your basic needs. So you got all your storage, cooking spit, ovens, more storage, broom. Not that you can never actually use the broom, but you got a broom. Then obviously a bit more storage here, a little bit more storage of books here, storage of books here, more book storage, wardrobes, you know, or just general house storage. In this little tiny study area over here, you know, you got a weapon plaque up here, and then here on the table you got a spell tome, Aid of the Eternal Winter. Now this is the spell tome that I will allow you to conjure up Paradisum. Oh, so yoink, because trust me, we're gonna need them. So if I can get past the dog, maybe a fat ass, in here you'll find the dining room, and on these benches here we have some cushions. Now you can take the cushions. I'm not gonna take them because I like them there for decorational purposes, but you can take them, and what they actually do is they will actually act like a healing potion. So if you take a cushion, you know, you take a cushion, you go to your items, you'll go to potions, and then in here you'll see cushion. Not on my one because I haven't taken one, but if you take one, you'll find it in here. And basically what it does is that it heals you for 100 points of health. So basically it's like a strong healing potion. But there are only a limited amount of cushions. You can't craft them, you can't make them. And whatever is in this house is all that there is. So personally, I would say leave them, and just leave them where they are. Personally, myself, anyway. But that's me. If we come into the back room here, you know, you got some more books, storage, another place where you can store a couple of swords and a shield. You also have your arcane enchanter and your alchemy lab, and then storage for all your alchemical and enchanting needs, the soul gems, ingredients, or whatever you want to store in there. And behind this door here you have a nice bath with some more big cushions. But you have a bath, a fancy little bath. Now unfortunately the armor I got makes me walk on water, so I can't actually sink into the water. But yeah, no, you can sit on the bench there, have a little soak in your new bath. Or if you just want to dip your toes, you can sit on the ledges here and just dip your toes if you want. Or if you just want to have a nice little, a sauna session, there you go, sauna. You know, you can take your seat there, you can take a seat there. I mean, okay, yeah, technically the actual sauna part of it technically isn't actually usable, but there you go, it's there for aesthetic reasons at least. There you go, a little bit of a bathroom. Alright, so if we go upstairs, up here you can see more weapon plaques for obviously weapons. You got a few armor mannequins that you can use. There's a ghost in here, dog. Dun dun dun. But no, so you got some more cushions that apparently are possessed. But if you look on here, we have Daughter of Autumn. We're going to take that. That's another spell, another conjuration spell. And obviously you got some more storage, and then over here you got some more book storage. So if you got a lot of books, don't worry, you got plenty of places to put them. If we go in here, we have the master bedroom. So inside the master bedroom, again, more bookshelves, obviously. And then, you know, you got your bed, you got, oh, you know, a bit of extra storage, another place where you can hang some stuff up, la 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 la. And, you know, general housey stuff. But there are two items in here. You have Winter's Robes, which are a set of enchanted clothing with a sort of a frosty look to them. The enchantments are more designed for someone who's playing on a mage build, because I think it's like 50% magic resistance, 50% magicka regeneration, and increase your magicka by 200 points, if I can remember correctly. That's what they do. So we're going to take them. And then over here, we have dressing gown. No, these aren't enchanted. You know, there's no enchantment on, no armor rating, no weight. They are valued at jack shit. You know, but it's just a piece of clothing that I just made, and it's like, yeah, that's what I'll put it in here. Bada bing, bada boom. But over here we have another law book. Again, most of these law books and stuff I'm going to let you lot read in your own time. But, you know, this is written by Edyn, who technically Edyn is the Autumn Queen, because this mod does involve something called the Seasonal Monarchy. So Edyn, for example, is the Autumn Queen. Now we know already that Sumar is the King of Summer. Edyn is the Autumn Queen. And this just gives you a bit of story, you know, a little bit of story about the mod and events that happened. And why it seems to be that nobody's here anymore. Now, if we go into this room, over here, as you can see, we seem to have what appears to be a little girl's room. But no child. The child ain't here, the child's gone. But, you know, so at first it seems like, you know, doesn't really anything special in this room. Doesn't really seem to be much to it. I mean, there's a bookshelf, yeah. You know, some models, and you got the children's doll. But you still want to come into this room, because what you'll want to do is you'll want to actually have a look in the toy box. So obviously in the toy box, yeah, you're going to get some items that are a bit like, like longbow. Okay, just to quickly explain, when it comes to my damage rating, ignore it. Because it's just because I've got a mod called the Invasion of Dave, and it gives me a ring that basically just turns me into a god, basically. So this isn't a longbow that does ridiculous amounts of damage. It's just the ring I've got allows me to do ridiculous amounts of damage. But you know, you'll get a longbow, wooden sword, children's dolls, but then you got these two things here. King of the Spring Princess. So we obviously know that most likely then this little girl's room was the princess, and she was the Princess of Spring. Now, just to clarify with who she was, in that note earlier we had the character Varen. So Varen is the Spring Princess. So obviously that means then all that's left is that character Tolvi, which Tolvi is the Winter Prince. So we have a queen, we have a king, we have a princess, and we have a prince. But we're going to want to take this key. And then we got the princess poem. Now, we're going to have a little read, because this is like a, gives you some clues on how to find some things. Where I will finally lay will unlock the second way. Under all the autumn stone, the second chest is in my home. The golden guard is what you seek. The keys you find you'll want to keep. Now go back to the ancestors' home, reap your reward, and gain the throne. Now, I'm not going to go through these one by one, explaining each stage. I'm just literally just going to go through it very easily and very quickly. So, we'll come back to this, and I'll make references to this at when needed. But actually, well, I actually want to take that. Yoink. Alright, so just before we go off riding into the Starry Night, I'm just going to quickly go into here. And so we got this Daughter of Autumn. One of the spell tomes that we found within the Autumn Manor. So we're going to have a look at this very quickly. Now you can see it's a concentration spell. Put it there. And there we go. Here we have a Daughter of Autumn. Now you can see it's based off of Spriggan. It's very glowy. It's very well, I don't know, glowy, and also actually quite tall. It's a large glowy thing, you know, and that, I think that lasts for 3 minutes if I can remember correctly. So you know, you'll have that for 3 minutes, and it's just basically a very large glowing Spriggan. I think it's a little bit stronger than a Spriggan as well, so you know, it'll do a bit of damage. But enough of that one. So we're going to take this horse. Now, one thing to note about Paradisum and the rest of the other Snowhast is that they are technically about twice the speed of the horses you would normally get in Skyrim. As you can see, this is way faster than the horses that you normally get in Skyrim. You can see. Now I'm going to wait till I get a nice bit of a good clearing to go and get him to sprint. So let's get Paradisum here to sprint. So check out that speed. The speed of this horse is ridiculous. Now this is why you want to learn the Paradisum spell before going to the Winter Isle, because the Winter Isle is pretty big, and just having Paradisum like this just helps you out quite a bit. But as you can see, we've come to here and we found this, the Mausoleum. Now this is basically linking to the first line in the Princess poem about where I will finally lay. So let's go inside the Mausoleum of the Autumn Queen. Alright, here we are inside the Mausoleum. There you can see, coffin. Something that looks like a coffin, but it's a little bit different to a coffin. Let's go and have a look. Oh, see, we can't open it. Requires a key. I don't have the key. Do I have a copy for you? Oh, I do not have a key for you. Neither do I have a coffee for you. For some reason I said coffee before I said key. Oh, yeah, I got coffee on the brain. And obviously I don't have a key for this, so that kind of balls that up then, doesn't it? Where did you get? So obviously the key that I got, obviously, yes, it goes into that one, Miko, I know. I built this damn bloody thing. As you can see, oh, we got red mountain flower. Well, I'll take it. And note, we have a note. Now, I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to spend age reading it. If you want to read it, you can pause it now, sort of to have a look at that there. And then you can pause it now to have a look at that there. This one I can't bother to read, but it is more inclined to the actual story behind this mod in the first place. So it's actually the sort of the main story of the mod, and it is tied to that, which also then ties to Edyn's journal. So that key we got from the toy box will be used to open up this, and there we go. So what have we got inside? We have 1,000 gold. Fair enough, rich little child. Hidden chest key. Ooh, we shall take that. Varen's Spring Guardian. We shall learn that. Yoink. And then the new staff, Nature's Barrier. So what this does is you get the shock spell, frost spell, and fire spell that you can spray on the ground, and you know it sort of like creates like a wall of fire or wall of frost or whatever or however you want to explain it. And this basically, the staff does all three of them effectively in a way, or at least in the ways of its elemental damage. It does all three, which all do 50 points of damage each. So it's not a bad little staff, so we're going to take it. And then at the same time you'll find some enchanted jewelry. Obviously these aren't unique jewelries, these are just in-game jewelry. So Peerless Illusion, yeah I'll take it. Peerless Magic, yeah I'll take it. Peerless Destruction, yeah I'll take it. Shoes, no. I'm at least going to let the body keep its shoes, for God's sake. I robbed it of a skirt. Right, so what you're going to want to do is, you don't want to go that cave, but over this way you'll see a cave sort of like northwest. See the icon for the cave northwest. That is where you are going to want to go next. So we'll just see if we can get there. Alright. Now that we've discovered where we need to go next, and we need to go into Spring Cave. So the question is where's the cave? There's no cave here. Well, if you just go over here, go down here to this like here, and here we are, to Spring Grove Path. And as you may possibly heard, we have some wolves. But these aren't any ordinary wolves. These are dire wolves. Strong little beasts. I mean, they're not overly strong. Well, I'm just gonna whack him down. Right. Now, I will say, again, due to obviously some of my damage output of my weapons and all that, is to not judge the difficulty of this mod on my playthrough. I have set this stat, you know, like dire wolves, the sub bosses. You know, they're strong, beatable, but they, you know, but they will be quite strong. But most people have probably got mods on where they've got like god tier weapons and stuff like that, so it wouldn't make a difference. But you know, these things aren't designed to be like extremely weak. But obviously with the ring that I got, yeah, they're a piece of piss. Was that the alpha? All right. Yeah, I just killed the alpha without knowing it was the alpha. Well, that's the alpha dead. Where's your... Where are you? Come here. Don't you touch my dog. Motherfucker. Alright, so we're going to go into Spring Grove. Right, you can put the weapon away. Because inside Spring Grove... I mean, apart from this horse. Hello, Snowhast. Inside the Spring Grove, there are literally no enemies. This is a place of peace. And it would have had to have been, because this thing was the realm of a 10-year-old girl. It wouldn't be a very good idea to her to have deadly animals in here. I mean, there were the dire wolves, but you know, the dire wolves could have been her, basically her guard dogs. You know, if they know who she is, yeah, they're not going to attack her. They don't know who I am, so they will attack. Right, so in the Spring Grove, you know, you will actually find chests like this dotted about. You know, you'll find a few of these dotted about, and you know, they'll have like randomized devil loot, so but it is randomized boss loot, so depends on what level you're at. It will depend on what kind of things you'll find in them. Obviously the higher level, the better stuff you'll find. But we're not here to look for treasure chests and stuff like that. We're here to find a golden guardian. That's what we're here to find. And as you can see in the road, there is literally nothing. There's no golden guardian anywhere here. But wait a minute. What's that? Up there. It's a very shiny thing. So obviously, most likely, that is said golden guardian. But to get to the golden guardian is a little bit of a pain. So we're going to have to do a bit of rock climbing. So let's try and get up there and not like a complete fall and fall all the way back down when I get near the top. Alright, here we are. Made it to the top, and as you can see, you can see down there, you can see that it's a very peaceful place. Nice and peaceful in here. So you got the Golden Guardian. Obviously you can't really do anything with the Golden Guardian. So it's like, what do we do with the Golden Guardian? Well, what you gotta do is just look behind the Golden Guardian, and there you are, little tiny chest. Now you can obviously open this chest with the key that you've got from within the Mausoleum. So you unlock that. Okay, key of the Autumn Queen. Okay, key of the Winter Prince. Okay. Now, the last part of the clue is obviously about going back to the ancestors' home and reaping rewards and the gain the throne and all that wonderful jazz. So basically, what all you gotta do basically is just go back to the mausoleum, and then those two keys you've just got will open up the last two sarcophagi within the mausoleum. Oh, is it a random box? No, it is. Alright, here we are back at the mausoleum. So, now we've got those two other keys, we can now open up these two other sarcophagi. So first off, we're going to open up the Winter Prince. Let's have a look. So, here we have Winter's Bite. So, target takes 100 points of frost damage to health and stamina. So, it's got quite a strong frost enchantment on it. And due to the fact that it's on a star and blade, it may actually do like a little teeny weeny bit more. So we're going to take that. We also have 2,000 gold. So, yoink. And then we got a bunch of, basically a bunch of stolen armor and random desert boots, as well as stolen boots. This guy liked his boots apparently. So what we're going to do, we're going to take them, and we're going to take them, we're going to take that, and take that. Sorry Prince, I just robbed you of everything. And then we're going to open up the one for the Autumn Queen. And we're going to search the Autumn Queen, who has kind of let herself go a bit. Silver sword, that's rubbish. But we do have the Autumn Crown. So this is a light armor, there you can see. It's based off the Falmer Crown. Armor rating is 24, or at least on my one it is, anyway it might differ for you. Speed is increased by 50 points. Increases enchanting skill by 50 points. Dragons do 25% less melee damage. So, not too shabby really. I'm going to take that. We're going to take her money because she doesn't really need it. I'll just take the rest of her. Screw it, I'll take her sword as well. I've robbed the rest of her family. I might as well rob her as well whilst I'm at it. Alright. So that's it for the main stuff on the garden. There's still a couple of caves. You have a mountain cave and a mountain cove, which you can go in, but they're only kind of small caves. So I'm gonna let you lot basically look in into those yourself, kind of thing. As the I'll be in there and I'll be in there for like 5 seconds and then back out again, sort of thing, in this video. And I got at least some things in mystery for you people, at least. Jesus Christ. But yeah, in a way, it's like main sort of like more lore stuff for the mod and story wise of the mod. We've done the main things. So now that we've done that, we will be now moving on to the Winter Isle. So I will see you all back at the Autumn Dock. So obviously, to get to the Winter Isle, as explained earlier, you just want to come onto this boat here, and it'll be exactly the same way as how you get to this island. Just use the keel, steering wheel, whatever the hell you want to bloody call the damn bloody thing. But unfortunately, doggy, you will not be coming with me, so you will be staying here. So see you later, doggy. I am off to go and freeze my tits off, apparently. Alright, and here we are, the Winter Isle. You can see it's pretty cold, pretty snowy, And obviously some kind of party went on because my god, they were flipping boats apparently. And also destroying houses and property and piers and okay. Basically they broke a lot of stuff. But if you come here, you'll see this note here. We got another note. We got another note here. La 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 la. Which is a note left by Talby. So obviously Talby is the Winter Prince, as explained earlier. So my kingdom has been taken from me. At first we held our ground, but the mainland betrayed us. The Empire turned their backs on us. To face the darkness that has come and the death it brings is all that's left. My father is gone, and all I can do is stay alive and protect my mother and sister. Well, you kind of failed at that one, mate. Smoldering has returned, bringing the fury of nerds and the belly and poisonous decay, to corrupt and weary minds, and slow death to any who stand in its way. I go now to face my final curtain, to make my last stand. Or basically, complaining and early fell out what you were supposed to do, and you failed so badly, I don't even want your dagger. Get it out of here. You failed. But yeah, so obviously that one is obviously more for a story based on this mod. But as you can see, yeah, something kind of happened, shall we say. So I destroyed building, destroyed boat, a boat randomly here. Oh, okay, there's another boat there. Oh, nope, there's another boat there. Oh, there's a bit of a... Oh, the well got destroyed. Oh, there's a statue inside the building. Oh, there's... oh dear. There's a guy who, kind of got himself impaled on here. With something. Oh dear. Sucks to be him, doesn't it? So, yeah, as you can tell, yeah, something kind of happened. And it's your job to basically figure out what the hell happened. As you can see, pretty much there ain't nobody here. Into the ways that there isn't actually supposed to be anybody here, because they're all dead. As it's plainly bloody obvious. But alright, so we found Freshman's Port. Hello, Freshman's Port. Kind of lower, more like Dead Man's Port now, but everyone to their own. So yeah, so where do you go? When you get to Winter, where is it do you go? Well, where you go first is you go to your spells. So then you come to realise that you do not actually, oh yes you have, because you're a blind idiot, and it's right at the top. You dipshit. But also what I'll quickly show you what's not here is let's show you the Spring Guardian. Now the Spring Guardian, it is a power, so it'll work like a voice power. Boom. And there you go. Spring Guardian. A bigger, stronger version of the Spectral Dragon. And that is your Spring Guardian. Right. So takes a little while to call this bloody horse, so okay, where are you? You're not gonna turn up, Rui? No? No? You don't wanna oh, gonna call upon Sheba instead. There you go. I'm called upon Sheba. Okay, so it just seems to be Paradisum at the moment isn't cooperating with me because he's an asshole of a horse. But I do show you the spell does work. It's just for some reason that the point when it comes to show you, it's Paradisum is like, nah, I'm gonna make you look like an idiot. Well, thank you. Right. Anyway, so I'm gonna carry on. So yeah, so obviously, yeah, you'll come here, you'll obviously run at this first path kind of thing, you know, la la la, and it's like, still not really knowing exactly where you want to go or where to go, technically, because there's no signs, you don't get any signs about anything, there's no quest markers, none of this, none of that, so it's like, well, where do you go? Well, the whole purpose of it is to Go and bloody explore. Yeah, it's like, do you go left? Do you go right? Which way do you go? Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to go right. But you could go left. I'm not going to. But as I said, for the purposes of this video, we are going to go this way. There's no people. You might, you'll bump into a few wild animals here and there. You know, a few goats, a few Arctic foxes, maybe some elk. But people, this island seems to be completely and utterly abandoned at the moment. Though I don't blame people for not wanting to live here. Though technically people do. Alright, so carry on. As you can see, we've got another marker over there, so let's have a look. What is that marker for? Now, I'm going to have to look down. Am I at the right place? Yes. Alright. So we're going to go down here. I'm going to get Sheba to do a bit of mountain climbing for us. Whoa, hey! Whoa, hey! Don't get yourself stuck now, Sheba. And now you can see, we found another town or dock. Another place with well, obviously this place didn't go very well for here either. You can see there's a boat in a house, and well, that kind of boat kind of broke with the thing, and obviously there's a dead body on the pier, and oh dear, the horses are kind of dead. Well, things didn't go too well here either, did they? Now, obviously, come here. You'll get to find like a few, like 1 or 2 chests. Be some chests here. You got some corpses. Some of them might have some loot on them. Some of them won't. I don't know, unless you wanna, grab yourself an iron dagger. Not that I need it, but I'll just take it anyway. You can't go in any of the buildings at the moment, but that might be something I might decide to add in a future update. But for now, the buildings are empty. But you don't need to go in the buildings. I mean, you got chest here. Just take this shit. God damn it. It's not actually bad stuff. No. And you got some other stuff that you can go around and take as well. Oh dear. Poor horse. Poor horse. Nah, fuck the person. Who cares about the person? Again here you got another chest here. You got some barrels you can search if you want. Just rob them of the rest of their shit. They're not going to need it anymore, are they? They're all dead, for God's sake. So it's not like that they need it. If you need to do any smithing work whilst you're here, you got all your stuff to do smithing stuff. So it's like, yeah, screw it. May as well use it. It's here. But we found this place. What is this place called? This place is called... Dun, dun, dun. There we are. Salt Tide Docks. So obviously it's another dockland. But hey. It's a snow house. Sorry, Sheba. I'm going to leave you behind because you're kind of slow. Oh, the speed. Look at the speed. So yeah, we found Salt Tide Dock. Now I'm going to go off this direction, and I'm going to go to this cave up here because this mod does also allow you to wear now basically like the bandages that you'll see some NPCs wearing, so like the arm bandages and the head bandages. So we're just gonna get off the horse there. The only problem is you're gonna disappear when I come back out of the cave, though, aren't you? That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna leave me here to die in the freezing cold because you're an ass. Alright, so I found a place called Cold Water Cove. It's just this little tiny place full of cold water and ice and skulls. But if you look around, you might find, down here you find a bit of loot. So, hello. What have we got here? Anything good? Nah. Yeah, stuff. But yeah, you got coming here, then. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, these people just seem to have frozen to death. Yeah, you got anything good on them? If I can actually get into the knapsack. Carrot? Anyone want a carrot? I don't want a fucking carrot. What do I want a bloody carrot for? You got anything? Nah. What? You got head bandages, so Oh, I go yoink. And you, what you got? What you got? Oh, you got your journal. I'll take your money. You don't need it. I'll take your arm bandages because you don't need it. Journal. Let's have a read of this journal because this is the mysterious find. I managed to get out and get a little wood to help build a small fire in this cave. I should never have brought my family into this cave. That's pretty damn obvious now, isn't it? The cold air is more bitter within this region of the Isle, and now we can't leave this cave. I don't know what's happening on the Isle, but suddenly we are all under attack from these creatures. I don't know what they are, or where they came from, but they are ferocious and are killing with no mercy. I know the longer we hide in this cave, the closer they are to finding us, but we can't leave. In the attacks, my wife was injured, and my daughter sustained a severe head injury. They are both already weak, but my daughter will not survive the cold if we take her outside. All I can do now, for now, is get whatever wood I can and keep the fire going to keep us warm and fish whatever I can from the cold waters to feed us. All I can hope for now is that we are found or the attacks end, but I will stand by my family's side and do what I can do. So obviously things didn't go according to plan. I mean, that's pretty obvious. But if we want, it might be a bit dark in here. Do I have any way of creating light? Let there be light. So, as it does say in the mod description now, and as it has said, you do get the chance. You know, get the chance to sort of like wear the bandages. Now they don't do anything spatially. You know, they don't really do anything like crazy special or anything like that. You know, but you know, that's the arm bandages. And then I'm gonna actually put the gauntlets back on because I actually want them on. And then if you go and find them, wherever the fucking hell they are. Yes, I got a lot of stuff. Head bandages, and there you go. And then head bandage. Oh, you just puts like the thing that over your eye, sort of thing. You know. You look like something went wrong somewhere. You know. Then yeah, again. Nothing crazy. Actually, fuck it, I might just keep them on. Screw it. But yeah, again, they're nothing crazy special. But normally, originally, you wouldn't be able to get them or wear them or anything like that. And I thought I'll just put it in because it's like, why not? May as well. All right. All right. So let's go and see if the horse is still there. Oh, you fuck. Right, I got abandoned by my horse. So, I now need to get a new horse. Let's have a look. Will Paradisum now come and help me? Will you help me, Paradisum? Yes, you will. Yay! Salvation. Right, let's carry on. So we're going to go back and we're going to carry on going up north. So we're going to go up this way. Right. So when you come to this part, which is, it's just basically in a big straight line from where I was, kind of thing. Now you can either go that way and you know you're carrying on going around the island, but I'm going to leave some of the stuff for you lot to find and not for me to show in the video. Just you know, just so then you know there's some stuff that you know, will still be a mystery for you. But, you know, if you go down that way, you're going to find more caves, more little things and stuff like that. But for the purposes of this video and the purposes of sort of like the main kind of like story for this mod kind of thing, we are going to go to the left. And we are going to go up this way. So obviously up here we have, what have we got up here? Oh, we have a mysterious cave. Cold Rock Cave. Let's go and have a look in Cold Rock Cave, shall we? Alright. So what have we got in Cold Rock Cave? Who's in here? What's in here? What will I find? Ooh, there's something in the fog. Who are you? You are a blue, glowy kitty cat. Blixten. Alright. No. Okay. He's a happy kitty. Ow. You bastard. Cat. Ow. Ow. Now, obviously, with this guy, I can just tank the hits. You know. Yeah. Alright. I'll tank it. I'll tank it. Go on then. Mr. Blue Glowy Dude. And, alright. We're done. Alright. That's Blixton done with that. Hopefully my cat didn't see that. You know, after all, I am killing his kind a little bit here. Now, as you can see, he's got a little bit of loot on him. He's got a little bit of gold. He's got some moonstone ore. I'll take the tooth. I'll take the void salts from him. I'll let him keep his skin at least. For God's sake. As you can see, you know, you got some dead wolves, you got some mushrooms you can harvest if you want. You got some dead people. But what if you're coming into caves like this? You'll want to keep an eye out, obviously, for the treasure chests, because in each cave there is a unique treasure. So, for example, in here we have the spell tome for Sprite. A thunderbolt that does 80 points of shock damage to health and half to magicka. Targets that fail to resist are paralyzed for 30 seconds. Drains 30 points of health per second for 5 seconds. So basically, it packs a punch. Learn it. We'll just take pretty much the rest of the stuff. But yeah, so in each cave on the Winter Isle, there will be some kind of like sub-boss, like Blixten here, and also a big treasure chest like this will be a newly added item. It could be a spell tome, it could be a weapon, it could be a piece of jewelry, it could be something else. And so you want to make sure you get them. We got Sprite. Now we're gonna go have a look. Where does Sprite come under? You come under alteration? Yes. So Sprite comes under alteration. So we're gonna give it a few. We're gonna give it a whirl and see what we can do with it. Right. So let's carry on with our journey. Yeah. Right. So we're gonna carry on up this way. So we want to go up this way. We want to go through the rocks, through through the solar, little bit of a valley, kind of thing here. Where it's like where we end up. So as you can see, there's another icon on the map there. There's two icons on the map now. Ooh. So let's have a look. So we're going to go down this way just to be say, oh, there's another icon on the map. Many places to go, many things to see, but only so little time. Alright, we're near the bottom of this sort of mountain path thing now. At the bottom, we have found... we found Winter's Heart. Ooh, look at that, we get nice happy music for a place that's been absolutely fucking devastated and destroyed. What a sick sense of humour this game has. So obviously this was supposed to be like the main villages on the Winter Isle, but obviously things didn't go quite too well. So obviously, yeah, here you'll find some corpses that might have a bit of loot on them. You might find like 1 or 2 chests you can use. There's also an ebony mine here, or otherwise known as Winter's Heart mine, but it is an ebony mine. We got a dead horse. Didn't realise that. Didn't see that dead horse there. Sorry, Paradisum. You have to see dead members of your kin. Broken well. Somehow a horse that has been decapitated. As you can see, there is the horse's head, and the body's in the well. It's been decapitated. Dun, dun, dun. And so yeah, again, the buildings here you can't go in, mainly because I just wanted to try and save on file space, and this and the other. But I might add some interiors again in a future update. But where do we want to go next? If you're doing just like what is akin to like the main story of this mod. Now, so technically the main story of this mod is that you're here to try and find something called Smolder Run. And to eventually defeat this Smolder Run and beat it. But where do you find Smolder Run? So to find Smolder Run, you want to make your way to the village. And then you want to head up to this map marker up here. So if we go up here, run all the way, and here we are. We are now at the Summer Caverns. Ooh. So let's go and have a look inside the Summer Caverns. Alright. Well, it's very green in here. Very, I don't know, it looks kind of noxious, kind of poisonous, toxic. Like you shouldn't be able to breathe this in. Now, as you can see, well, we've got something down there. Something bright and something glowy. But it's not a daughter of autumn, though. Oh, and there's another one over there. But they aren't daughters of autumn. What are you? Best way to investigate? Just go up to it. Well, what these are known as sulfurkin. Go away. There you go. So, there you can see. Quite a bit of damage. He's still a bit pissed. Ugh. There you go. We're just gonna... Oh, in the water he goes. See you later, buddy. Actually, can they swim? See, can I spawn swim? Okay. Easiest way to break ash spawns. Put him in water. Okay, I'm gonna put him out of his misery now. There you go, he's out of his misery. Sucks to be him. But I wanna... there you go. Because you wanna search them, because you get to actually use their axe. So we're gonna grab one of them. I've got the rest of his remains. Alright. Now, I could go searching through the caverns here. I mean, on the ground level down there. But I'm going to let you lot like walk around there, see what you find. You know, do a bit of your own investigation. But for the purposes of this video and the story, we shall push on. So where you're going to want to go next is you're going to want to go down this way. Pretty much. Just charge down here. See some dead people. Find one of these dudes. Smack him around the back of the head. Rob his shit. There you go. And then go to his brother. Do the same thing. And once again, rob him. Alright. So kind of going down, down, into the toxic poisonous gases until you get to the end, where it's a place called the Undercaverns. Here we are in the Undercaverns with very strange looking ground. Ugh. And then very more toxic green gases. It's bloody everywhere this stuff is. And okay, and there's Smoldering. Hello Smoldering. Ah, you're doing the classic Skyrim mod bug bullshit, which to these days I still can never figure it out. But either way, for the purpose of this video, this is all going to be nice and easy, nice and quick. But you might struggle a bit more with him. Obviously I'm not going to, so once again, we'll just make this easy. Right, that's Smoldering done. Now, again, you may struggle with him, a bit more. But obviously, I got to think about time here. So what does he have? What does Smoldering have? Well, he's got Ebony Bow Storms, so yeah, I'll take it. Ebony Sword, Subsuming, I'll take that. Take the arrows. So we got the Summer Crown. Now the Summer Crown, the enchantment is exactly the same as the crown we got from the Autumn Queen. But Summer Crown is a heavy armor instead of a light armor, as well as that it's looks a little bit different as well. Different design. But yoink, gonna take that. And yoink, we're gonna take that. and yoink, and yoink, 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 yoink. Take your money. You got some Nord Warhorns if you want them, so I'll have them. And then we got some skulls, so obviously he got a bit munchy on people. I'll take the rest of this stuff as well. And then we got this Summer Pulse, a beam of heated plasma dealing 150 points of damage per second. Yes. Alright, so what does, for example, oh, you got a magical weapon down here. Got a steel shield. Got an imperial sword, another steel shield, an imperial sword. You got some steel Nordic gauntlets. Yeah. Well, you seem to be. Well, he definitely did chew down on some people anyway. That much can be said. He definitely chewed down on some people. Alright, so what does the Pulse, Summer Pulse do or look like? Or here it is, Summer Pulse. Alright. So obviously you can see it's fire, and so this will obviously be fire based, but it's a little bit different to fire. And as you can see, it's got a very long range. Its range is much further than the normal flame spell. Or if you want, you can have two. And there you go. There's Summer Pulse. So, you know, a pretty funky spell, I would say. Let's give smoldering a proper cremation. But right, I'm gonna call the video here. So I've given you, you know, a nice sizable look, a nice sizable chunk of content of the Garden of Eden. But what's in this video is not everything that's in the mod. There are still other treasures for you to find, other bosses for you to fight, and other secrets and small little secrets on the island that are just hidden away where you can get just like a little bit of extra loot and just laugh at the unfortunate circumstances that some people found themselves in. But hopefully you found this interesting. Hopefully, I can only hope. But as normal, I will be leaving a link in the description to this mod, to the Garden of Eden, as well as leaving a link to the Relocate Mpc, which I mentioned earlier on in the video. So, if you have any mods that you want me to check out, comment them down below. But that's it. So please remember to like and subscribe, and to share this video with some of your friends. And whilst you're at it, you know, you can come and follow me on Twitter. I might leave a link to the Twitter account to my Twitter account in the description, or you could just easily just go to my channel page, and somewhere on there there's a thingy you click on there that takes you to Twitter. I don't know where it is. I have no idea. I can't be asked to find it, but I know it's there. But that's it. So until next time, I'll see you all later.